joining me tonight is Jess.
Yo, yo, yo.
Yo, and Nicole.
Hi.
And Mama K.
Jessica.
Jessica.
Oh my
Don't use her
Jessica.
full name. She don't like that. We are catching up on movies and TV. I think we only have one brand new 2026 movie. We have a lot of 2025, at least Nicole and I do, because we were on a long plane ride. So we have some plane movies to catch up on, and then we'll get to the end with some 2026 TV. So that's the agenda. But
Okay.
I think that sounds good to you, Jess. I just want to make sure everyone's comfortable with that.
Jessica.
If it's not, then what would you do?
I say that's what we've seen. I kind of have an idea of what everyone's seen, and thankfully a lot of the plane movies other people have seen other times, so they'll be able to chime in while Nicole and I wax on the plane movies. But I think we start with the big sexy, if it's okay to call it that.
It's not.
It is the only brand new 2026 theater movie that we have to talk about. Everyone but Nicole has seen it, and it is making a ton of money. It is It is a music biopic. It is Michael, about Michael Jackson. Michael! It's that famous pop star from the late 20th century, probably one of the most recognizable human beings in the world for a time.
Bublé?
Not Bublé, no. Probably
Jameson?
not. Mike J, yes, a local friend of ours is definitely who this thing is. No, Michael Jackson. I don't think we have to explain who Michael Jackson is, right? He's a pop star, dances, had some legal trouble. Not that you would know it from this movie. So Michael goes through the mostly the early to middle years of Michael Jackson's rise when he's with the Jackson 5. We focus some on the father, Joe Jackson, and his not so nice ways. We get a little bit of his other people, his brothers, his sisters, his manager and bodyguard, and all of the colorful characters he meets along the way, like the record label guy and Don King cameo and all kinds of other fun stuff. And we culminate ultimately kind of in the middle of Michael's life. We don't get to the 90s, 2000s, later years. We stop in the late 80s, but so it's kind of a first half rise of Michael. So let's start with Mama K this time. What'd you think of Michael? Well, you've lived. Usually we do start with you, Jess. We do, and sometimes I don't know,
tonight.
But not tonight. But Mama K's lived through the Michael Jackson in real life, so she saw him rise real time. So that'll. Yeah. So Mama K, go ahead and start.
Yeah. So don't forget this was directed by Antoine Fuqua.
Antoine Fuqua of Training Day and other movies.
Right. And this was I was hoping to learn something. I mean, I'm not a Michael Jackson fan, but I'm not a Michael Jackson fan. I don't believe I actually ever owned any albums or CDs or anything like that. Even Thriller, which is kind of shocking. But you can't help but, be well-versed in Michael lore growing up when I did. So I was hoping to go into this movie and, hear some good music. So check mark. See some dancing. Check mark. And maybe get a little bit more, learn something a little bit. I did not learn a thing in this movie. This is all anything you could find in like Tiger Beat magazine from 1978 or 1988 or 1968.
Tiger Beat magazine?
Tiger Beat magazine, 16 magazine. These were all the magazines all the girls read that had, everybody that you would love. Sean Cassidy, Bay City Rollers, Bee Gees, everybody like that. Michael Jackson.
Like
obviously.
TikTok, but a paper version.
Yes. And you had to wait for it.
People.
It was only like a monthly thing, and so you had to wait for it, and then you devoured it in one afternoon, and then you were sad for the next 29 and a half days. So all of this is like it's kind of a rehash, and kind of a bummer. But then I want to talk a little bit about a few things, and then at the end they're like, is this just the beginning, or if there's more, or something like that was at the end, and I was like, I don't feel like the estate of Michael Jackson is going to go any further than 1988. So
Michael Jackson will return in Avengers Doomsday?
Exactly. I mean, that's December. Yeah. We can talk about that then. I don't feel like that's going to happen. This was a very, without being weird about it, whitewashed version. The same version we've been told over and over. Yeah.
All right. Jess, I think I know your opinion on this based on the text you sent me after you saw this, but why don't you let the people know what you think of Michael?
First of all, I was so excited for this movie. I feel like I knew about it 6 months ago, and I've been anxiously waiting for it to come out. I love Michael Jackson. All of his music, his dancing, I've always been a big fan. And when I saw the reviews were pretty bad, I was so disappointed. I was like, no, this can't be bad.
39%
were like,
Rotten Tomatoes. Yeah.
I know. We were like, well, we like movies that get poor reviews. Like, maybe it'll be one of those. So I was hopefully optimistic. And watching it, I was so obsessed. I loved every second of it. I thought it was such a great movie. I remember so many times I poked Kyle and I'm like, this is so fun. I love watching this. This is so good. I don't know. I didn't know much about his personal life. I mean, what happened on the news wasn't even in the movie, but I knew that he had a sister. I knew he was in Jackson 5. I think I knew that his dad beat him, and that was mostly it. So I was very curious to know about how his life unrailed and everything. And I was there for the ride. I won't shut up about it. I've been listening to Michael Jackson nonstop. Everyone at work is tired of hearing me talk about it, but I want to see it again. I think I might go in theaters and see it again.
Well, yeah, but what did you learn, though? Did you learn anything? You said you didn't, I don't know.
I guess, I didn't know he had the animal obsession. I didn't know that he basically had a zoo in his house.
Okay, so you've never heard of Neverland Ranch?
I knew I knew he had amusement park, but I didn't know he had all those animals. I didn't know how much attention he spent to sick kids in the hospital and things like that. I actually didn't know that he had that injury with his scalp being on fire. So I learned a lot.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah, I guess. So if you don't know the in depth, or if you didn't grow up with it, there's probably some things you would know, especially if you're not an avid pop culture consumer. I
didn't even know that he was married to Lisa Marie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you learned.
So you're a fan of his music. That's okay.
Yeah, I've always liked his music, but I didn't really know much about him besides when he was on the news when we were in high school. Then I knew that.
Yes, and we can talk about that a little bit later on, but. You got a shining positive and a kind of a middling, more negative review. I have two very positive things to say, and then I have the rest of the things to say. So I'll start with the positives. First positive. The musical scenes in this are very good and sweeping and highly entertaining. When he's doing the Thriller music video, when he does Bad, even when he's with the Jackson 5, when he's the young kid version.
Yeah.
All that's well put together, really entertaining, good to see on a big screen. I'm into that. Second positive, that guy who plays Michael Jackson, his nephew apparently, it's one of the brothers' kids, is perfect. He is a dead ringer. I know they had to change his voice a little bit for the songs, but other than that, he's doing the dance moves. And he has to look like him the whole time, and Michael goes through some physical transformations, not as drastic as what they show here since they stopped in 1988, but he changes throughout his rise to the top. This guy's the only movie he's ever been in. He's really fucking good at this. I don't know if he could play anything else. I don't know if he's a broad range actor, but truly born to play this role. He's
how did they
exceptionally
change the nose?
embodied.
Was it all prosthetics?
I don't know if maybe he had prosthetics before, and then when they did the
Right.
surgery, it became his real nose, or if both
Yeah.
were prosthetic
Wait.
partially. I wasn't sure.
Wait, he actually got a nose job for this?
I can't imagine he actually got a nose job for this, but
I
I,
wouldn't
I'm
think so.
thinking. I'm thinking
No.
either the before or after was his real nose, and then whatever one didn't fit, they just tweaked it with fake makeup, but like not a
Wow.
permanent nose job like Michael had
Right.
a couple of. So those are the two big positive while watching this. Like I think that guy is really good at Michael, and I think the musical scenes do what they got to do. The rest of this movie, oh my god, I cannot with the rest of this movie. I saw these reviews going in. It's like people are just like, it's just like Bohemian Rhapsody. So whatever you thought about Bohemian Rhapsody, you're probably gonna think that about this. And they're mostly right, because I hated
loved
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Rhapsody.
I hate that movie. I think it sucks. I think
I
it's
loved
boring.
that
I think it's whitewashing. Like I said, it's covering up no blemishes. There's no blemishes. There's nothing interesting. It's just like a glossy thing, a big glossy, super super shallow thing. Like we don't learn about nobody else in the family. We get the dad. I don't know a thing about any of the siblings. The bodyguard's there to like hang out, but like he just gives some like bland movie advice, like where he's up on the hill. He's like, "You got to be you, Michael." I don't know.
Can't
I think
be
it's
anybody
time for
else.
me to be me. Like I'm like, this is every movie ever, and I oh my god. But I will say there are a couple times that those in between scenes became a little so bad it's good, because I was laughing quite a bit in this. The scene, Coleman Domingo plays the father, and there's a scene where he sits down with Don King, the promoter, and they're having their scotch
Oh my
and their
God.
cigars, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like a fucking SNL skit. This is
Yeah.
absurdly
They look
bad.
like
This
two
is like
evil villains.
yeah, like yeah, exactly. It's played like a crazy, over the top, ridiculous thing to the point where I'm like, are they trying to? Are they like? Are they taking this seriously? Like I can't even like when they do the Pepsi commercial, when they film it and his hair gets lit on fire and it's supposed to be crazy and dramatic and like he gets burned like it's bad. He goes to the hospital. I'm fucking laughing my ass off because of the way they shot it. He's skipping down the stairs, and he's waving at his hair, and it's shot in that bad slow mo where it's like a little reverb and like it's not shown correctly, like it's choppy. I'm like, you guys have money on it, you can make good slow mo. Like I was laughing at the execution of that scene. I'm like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here. I think this is supposed to be the dramatic moment. It's littered with stuff that is just like I don't know what they're, when he shows up for the Beat It guys and they're like, it's like a gang room and they're like, whoa, it's Michael. I think I can heal everyone through the dance. Yeah, let's get healed through dance. Like, I'm like, what is happening here? This is not how any of this is like, this is cartoon land. This is Neverland.
And those were rival gang members. Like, those were Crips and Bloods. It's not, I don't know that Michael Jackson would, he would be enough to bring that, together.
Yeah, I know. They all stop. I was like, they're like shooting dice or whatever, and I'm like, or they're having like they're not even doing that because that's too gritty.
No,
they're having like a
doing that.
dance off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and that's a big, like, the whole thing that holds this thing back, like, this is approved by the Jackson estate, so this is going to be clean. Obviously,
Right.
we don't get to any of the sexual child allegations that come in the 90s, because that comes later in the life, although maybe we will in the second one. I'm not really hopeful that that's what if they make another one, that's what they're going to do. It's just too squeaky clean and, like, straightforward, and it's just like Bohemian Rhapsody. So if you like Bohemian Rhapsody, you'll like this, and Rami Malek sucks. This guy's way better than Rami Malek, so that's, take that for what you will, but, like, oh my god, I like, basically between the musical performances, I was glazed over the fucking. I wish I wish I learned something. I wish I get some insight, and I wish that Michael was not portrayed so. He's just victim man, and then he becomes amazing, and he gets his confidence. I'm like, I'm pretty sure the real Michael's a pretty complicated individual. I'd like to see what that was, those darker, complicated sides, but like the way this is made, they're not going to do that. That's not this what this kind of thing is, and it's very clear that that's not what the kind of movie is going to be 15 minutes in. Not that I was totally expecting them to go dive in deep, but like I needed something like that, because this is like a slop movie. Good music. How could you not have good music? Really good central performance. But man, oh man, all the movie stuff around it, it is like it's a paycheck. It's ridiculous. But okay, did you have any? You said you had a couple other thoughts for once Jess and I went.
Yeah, I mean, I think that you're making all the points that I was thinking of when I was watching it. That they're bringing. I mean, also we're looking at it from a post 1988 when this finished perspective of Michael Jackson by knowing all of these other things, and you clearly know that he's a flawed individual. But this is, you're talking. They portray him as not only somebody that's not flawed, but it's like this all happened because he was such a hard worker. But who in that
You're
industry
special,
is
Michael.
Not a hard worker, and he could have, maybe Antoine Fuqua could have drawn some more. He could have done more with, they live in Encino, first off. He's not at Neverland Ranch yet. They're living in Encino. That's in the valley in Los Angeles. And he's got a frigging giraffe at his house. And they kind of treat it like that seems quirky, not even eccentric, just a little quirky. And his best friend is a monkey. And that just seems a little quirky. But he needed to make it more like, this is not quirky. This man is, touched. There's something wrong with him. And he obviously has been searching for a father figure since he's got, Gorilla Joseph Jackson as his dad, who's like he's the meanest King Kong ever. His face scared me so much in this movie. And it's very reflective of what the man looked like in real life. I'm
surprised they didn't
well.
go harder on him, since they seem to be the most willing to go hard on him.
I feel like they did.
Even that feels soft pedaled to me. Like I don't know. I feel like maybe I don't know.
Maybe the family wouldn't allow it.
Monstrous.
Maybe.
I mean,
he's dead now. The wife is still alive. Catherine is still alive, and maybe that's part of it. I think that there are things that they've protected that. The family protects itself a lot. And by saying we didn't see the whole family,
Right.
we didn't even see Janet Jackson ever, like one time. And
Okay,
that's
so
kind of crazy.
So who was like the teenage girl that was always
That's
around?
LaToya.
Is that Janet?
that was LaToya.
That's
think.
LaToya. She's the oldest sister, or the older sister. She's not the oldest, but she's the older sister.
because
There's an even older sister, but I don't
Yeah,
even know if
Rebe.
they showed her.
Yeah, and
they
they didn't
that
show.
doesn't look like Janet.
No, it definitely was. It was definitely, you had to know what was going on. I mean, you could tell by the way her hair was and the way she was dressed that she was definitely LaToya. But if you don't know,
I wish I knew more about the
right.
brothers. Like, they seem like they're a pretty integral part of this whole thing. Like,
Yeah.
what did they think about when Joe was dominating everybody? What did they think about Michael wanting to leave the group? Like, they're not characters at all. I can't tell a single one of them apart. Do they have more than 4 lines combined? Like, I know they're not the point of the story, but I get no characterization from it. Like,
there had to have
nothing.
been a better relationship between Michael and one of the brothers. You know what I mean? Like, he had to have a favorite brother. Wait, why didn't we talk?
They seem
to
to like
at
him
all?
at the end, like at the concert. They seem to be like okay with him. They seem a little worried once he says, "This will be my last tour as part of the Jacksons," and then they're all looking at each other like, "Oh shit, there goes our meal ticket." Like,
Gravy
but
train.
like I would have liked some of that. Like maybe one of the brothers is trying to be
Yeah.
like Joe and exploit him. Maybe one's a good listening ear. I'm sure in real life they had some sort of dynamic relationship, and it's just about it's making Michael look like a Jesus man. Like that's what it feels like. I'm just like I don't think that's. It's just not reality. It's a fine.
No.
If this were a fake superstar rise, and like it would be almost better because it's like you can make up whatever you want. But this is like a real guy who had real things going on, and like we don't get any. We get a very glossy sanitized thing. I don't feel like if you came away, if this is all you saw and you didn't know who Michael Jackson was somehow, like if you're really young or something, I think you would not have the correct reality interpretation of who Michael probably was.
No. Even during this time period, even this 20-year period, you wouldn't have the correct interpretation.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know, this is like a 2.5 star for me. Basically, like I could watch a super cut of the performances, and that's about it. Like everything else is pretty tough, and it's a 2 hour and change runtime. I just feel like there's a lot of in between scenes that like he's signing autographs for the kids in the store, like. Cut that and put something where I learn about somebody, not just he's famous and he signs stuff for kids. Like I know that. I don't need. We know that. We know
because these are the things that are making him a sympathetic figure and not a crazy person with a giraffe in Encino.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're yeah. Oh, I had one more
My
one more thing
one
before we.
criticism is why
Yeah,
didn't they
please.
hire a real monkey? The monkey was so fake. Why couldn't they just put a real monkey in there?
I actually didn't even notice. Was it? It was a
Too
CGI
many
monkey.
monkey
I
movies
literally didn't
recently.
notice.
Yeah,
A lot of
Very
monkey
it was
movies.
an AI monkey. I wanted a real
Nicole's
monkey.
over the monkeys.
Yeah, they were all employed in other films.
No, the one other thing that
It's a monkey
I was
shortage.
watching this, and in the middle of the movie, he meets who's gonna be his music manager, whatever that guy's name is. And
Very
when I
gory.
saw him, is that who he is? The white guy,
Oh, the white guy.
the middle-aged white guy.
Why is Miles...
They're-
Okay, also, why is Miles Teller in this?
Oh,
That's
Miles
who I'm
Teller.
talking about.
That's who it
Okay.
is.
God.
That's who I'm talking about. So
yeah,
when
Miles
that
Teller.
boardroom
So
meeting
bad.
starts,
I totally forgot Miles Teller was in this.
Yeah,
That's
why
exactly what
is
I'm
he in
talking about.
this?
so because he's playing like the agent or whatever that Michael gets once he goes solo, and he picks him
Right.
because he's willing to not be sycophantic and talk up. I don't know if that's how it really went. I'm sure it didn't, because that's what you do in a movie. Like, oh, the one guy who stood up to me in the boardroom, I'm gonna pick him. Like, shut the fuck out of here. I hate that stuff. Anyway,
That didn't happen.
exactly. It didn't. I'm sure it didn't happen that way. But anyway, like I see that guy and he stands up. I'm like, how did they de-age John Cusack so much? Like, he looks like, last I saw John Cusack, he's in like a shitty B movies, and he's like 65. How did they do that? And I literally didn't know it was Miles Teller until 30 minutes ago, before we were doing the start of the show. Like, when I was
No.
looking
You
it
know
up
it was
on-
Miles Teller?
Oh,
I
God.
thought it was
looked
a
at it
de-aged
immediately.
John Cusack. I thought it was a
God,
de-aged.
I looked at it
I thought it was
like,
a
why
de-aged
is
John
Miles
Cusack.
Teller here?
And I thought they were going to, in the next one, take the makeup away and make him old John Cusack. That's literally what I thought was going on. I didn't realize how much current Miles Teller looks so much like 90s John Cusack.
Oh.
Anyway, Michael, I give us a soft not recommend. Watch the 15-minute clips on YouTube. Jess, strongest of recommends from you.
Yeah, so obsessed.
I think it's fine to watch, but it's really not. It's for the reasons you mentioned, Brennan, is just to go for the music, and that was fun, and that's enough for me to see the movie. But to have the rest of the story is just like, ugh, I really needed a lot more than what I got.
The whole time I was trying to think, I'm like, what's a biopic that I really like that did it right? And I can't think of any. I just don't like these movies, and even when they do like weird artistic interpretations of people, or like they try to like, and they show the darker, grittier stuff, and like, I just can't think of one that I really like. I might just not like any of these types of movies. I actually wanted to see this because I think I like Michael Jackson music, and I think he's a really interesting guy. If there's gonna be any movie that they're gonna do something interesting, like I thought Bohemian Rhapsody kind of shot at that because Freddie Mercury's an interesting guy, but they just refuse to be anything but the cookie cutter, blandest, most watered down versions of the highlights of who they might have been, and then concert footage, good concert footage, but everything else is, oof. Anyway, that's Michael. We spent some time on that one since that's the new movie. Nicole and I will now dive into some plain movies. Nicole, you saw 3 movies in their entirety, and then a couple other parts of other ones, so you can decide if you want to talk about those. But why don't you talk about the 3 plain movies that you did see in their entirety? And you pick your order. Go ahead.
Okay. Let me think about what order did I see them in. I'll just start with the one that I can remember off the top of my head. I saw Songs Sung Blue.
Oh boy.
About the Neil Diamond tribute band situation with Hugh Jackman and her name is escaping me. Kate Hudson.
Kate Hudson. Yeah.
Oh no, Kate Hudson. I thought it was Renee Zellweger. My bad.
Oh God, no, God, I don't think I would be able to watch it if it was her. But it exceeded my expectations. I really thought it was just going to be way overly corny, which it was at some parts. But there's some there's a big twist in like the excuse me, like the 2/3 mark that I did not see coming at all, and then a bigger twist at like the 3/4 mark. So there's like a lot going on at the end. So I really liked how it picked up by that midpoint.
We've already talked and spoiled this, right?
We didn't.
Did you see Sog Sug Blood?
I believe we already talked about this. Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't see it. Jess, did you see Song Sung Blue?
Jess?
I don't even know what that
Jessica.
is.
I'm pretty sure you're the only one who saw this, Mama
okay.
Kay, and I actually don't remember you talking about that. I must have blocked it out.
I
because
must
this
have talked
looks
about
like
it by
nightmare.
myself.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm also obviously forgetting that you talked about it because I
might
don't
not have
remember
talked
that
about
either.
it.
Oh.
It might not have been a big Song
Noteworthy.
Sung Blue review.
Oh, okay. Well, I haven't spoiled it yet for Brennan because I think he might actually enjoy it. So I haven't told
She
him.
says
the
I might
twist.
like it, which seems impossible, but I'm gonna try it. So
It's not bad. I mean, the singing kind of stinks. I'll be honest. I really don't think that Hugh Jackman and Kate Hudson sing well together. First off, and I love Neil Diamond, and it just doesn't. I know he's not trying to be him exactly. He's just appreciative of his music, and that's cool. But it just doesn't sound good. But other than that, I thought I liked the movie. I thought it was kind of corny with how he was not good at singing in it. And then there's a little bit of
like him.
No, he does not look like him to me. He's looking kind of crazy with that wig on.
Yeah.
But the one part I don't like about it is Kate Hudson's character. She's got her own family when they meet, and she's got a daughter, almost adult daughter, and I don't like the relationship with her and I don't even know the characters' names. Hugh Jackman's character. It's important in the movie, but it's doesn't work for me, and I feel like it kind of fell flat on that plot part. So anyway, I'll leave it at that, just because I just want Brennan to watch it and see what he thinks. But it was exceeded my expectations. I thought it was okay.
recommend for
I
Song
wanted to
Sung
scratch
Blue.
I'm a no recommend, so we can talk about it
okay.
when Brennan sees it.
Okay.
I'll be the deciding
I was
vote.
like, I had
mean,
to leave the theater and go,
I am
Okay.
appreciative of the fact that the movie didn't use only like Sweet Caroline as the driving song of the movie. They actually used a
okay,
different
I can
one.
appreciate that too. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep, and that's not the only song they sung. Like they sang through
They sung
probably
Blue.
6 or 7 different Neil Diamond songs. At least there's some variety. So I like that about
Yes.
it. The next movie I saw was The Housemaid with Sydney Sweeney and Amanda Seyfried.
I think you saw this one,
And-
Jess, right?
Yeah, I think I talked about it.
Oh God.
Yeah, I think I said it was just good.
I think you did. You didn't have much to
Okay.
say. You said it was just kind of middle of the road, okay, kind of thing.
Yeah.
But Nicole,
Doesn't sound like Nicole has
Sydney
the same.
Sweeney now is pretty canceled, so
Yeah, she's canceled, and I
Unlike
hate
Michael
seeing
Jackson.
Amanda Seyfried do
Yeah, how's
half-ass movies. I like when she's in stuff that's good. Like this wasn't one of those movies. I just feel like she can act better than what they're putting her in, like this. So it's not great. The plot is so stupid. It's supposed to be like a thriller, but it's Sydney Sweeney acting as a thriller character. She's just awful. She's so she has no facial oh my god, what am I trying to say? She just like so
emotion,
flat.
emoting.
Emotion, yes, like she's just so flat. She has no emotion in her voice. I don't know if that's just
She's got
her
the
as a
vocal fry
person,
hard.
but yeah, like
no good.
if she's running around screaming, she's not screaming, and her face isn't scrunched up, and her mouth isn't open with emotion. It's just like, I don't get it. I'm like, oh, awful. So I'm not going to recommend that one. That one was really stupid.
Sydney Sweeney is a weird one because I think she's actually kind of good sometimes, but for some reason she's
I
pushed
just
as
can't.
like the Hollywood tit girl, and I don't really know why. That's like the thing. Like it's just like Sydney Sweeney's boobs are out, and that's what she's doing.
Because
I'm
it's
like,
a thing. That's
there's a couple
what it
like
is.
she's good in Reality. She's good in Immaculate. Like those are. She's not all booby in that. Those are real acting
She
roles.
plays
I
a
think she's pretty good if she puts her
criminal
mind
in
to
this
it.
movie. So,
Oh.
okay.
Disappointing.
But anyway, that movie sucked. And then, Brendan, remind me of the last one that I saw.
Well, it's the movie that all three of the rest of us saw last year. It was on a couple of our top fives. It is F1
jeez.
with Brad Pitt.
Oh, F1.
and other guy.
F1, yeah. Didn't I talk about that last time?
You saw it on the same plane as these other two movies, so I don't know how that would have happened.
Oh. Was I telling you? I must have been talking to you about my
I think you were
reaction
telling
to
me,
it.
I
think you
asked, what'd you
talked-
think of the movies?
I
And then
think
you were
that's-
like, I think Song Sung Blue was the best one. I'm like, oh, that's not a good sign.
No, I think you told us at dinner.
Oh, maybe it was at
okay.
dinner. Yeah, we were
Okay.
at dinner the other night.
Yeah. Well, I thought F1 was really corny and not like a cute corny. I thought it was like 90s script in like a 2020 world. I don't know. It was just the things they were saying to each other and the PG-13 insults getting thrown around like, no, you're a poopy head, big butt. No, your hair's stupid. Like, with the two guys fighting each other when they're talking, I'm like, this is so lame. I do say, though, it sounded amazing, and I do agree with them being nominated a lot for that part of it for the
Sound design.
the Academy Awards this year. My brain's not working right now. I'm sorry.
It's all right. This is your last one.
For sound.
But I thought it was really lame. I just didn't get it at all. This guy coming back and he's so coveted still. I'm like, he's a loser. Like, he sucks. But also the other F1 guy sucked too. His partner. So I don't know. I don't have much to say about these. I didn't really like any of these movies. Like, I didn't love them. I'll stick by what I said, that Song Sung Blue was probably the best one. Unfortunately, of all those. And then the other two that he mentioned, I used these specifically to fall asleep on this flight.
Oh, I
Was-
love that.
Dune and Dune 2. So,
Yes.
I watched
Sleep
like,
away,
30
my
minutes
friend.
of Dune.
Yep.
There's no way I could ever watch Dune or Dune 2 on an airplane. I've never seen those movies
That's why.
before,
It's
but
just
I
for
feel
sleeping.
like on an airplane, there's absolutely no way I
Oh my
would watch
god.
that.
I would love to hear Jess try to explain what Dune is about. There's absolutely no
It's
shot.
about a lot of sand. I think that's it.
Yes.
You would still
I
think that's what
concur.
the plot was after seeing all 6 hours of the two movies. Dune is
Yes.
the most difficult to understand, and they really make it decently understandable, and it's still just impossible. Dune is tough. Dune's a
It's
tough watch.
fighting in sand. Jess is correct.
Yes, if you want to be exceptionally reductive, Dune is fighting in
One
sand.
sentence. Fighting in sand. Not even a complete sentence.
What are they harvesting out there? Sand?
Spice.
Spice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Spice is like the fuel, and it's also what turns the Fremen's eyes blue. Fremen is what Zendaya and Javier Bardem are. They're part of a
I
religious
didn't
group.
see any Zendaya at all. I don't know when
Well,
she
because
came
you
in,
slept
but-
through most of it. She's only in like 10 minutes of
She
them.
wasn't in the first 2 minutes, so
Yeah. Well, yeah.
that's a good call,
all.
though, Nicole. I appreciate that.
Yeah. Well, I got a couple TVs, but that's it for movies.
I'll go through my plane movies now. I saw 4. A couple have been seen by the other hosts, so they can chime in when it's time. And I'm happy to report all 4 are good. They're 3.5 or 4-star movies. I don't think any of them are amazing, and none of them would have made my top 5, but none of them would have made my bottom 5. They are all solid, above average movies to me. And I'll start with one that I don't think anyone else has seen, and that is Sisu, Road to Revenge, the second Sisu
Oh.
movie.
Okay.
Did you see this?
It's worth it? No. But is it worth it?
So I think Sisu, the original, was your favorite movie of that year, whatever year that was, right?
I
think-
know. Totally
That was good.
against everything I believe in. But yes.
So Sisu 2 is more Sisu. It is bigger and more over the top, and like the kills and action set pieces are, I think, bigger and better in this one for the most part. My favorite scene of all the Sisu movies is still the one where the guy uses him as an oxygen tank underwater. That is my favorite scene of a long time. I think it's so fucking funny and well executed, and but there's some really good action set pieces in here. The main villain in this one, he's trying to get home, and there's this Russian guy. And the first one was Nazis, now it's Russians because everyone's trying to fuck with Finland. Stephen Lang is like the main antagonist, so he's another old man who can fight. So they have a good tete-a-tete. But it's the Stephen Lang guy killed his family, and so he wants his revenge for the family. In the first one, I think he's trying to get home with the gold to get to his family. And then in this one, gets home and the village is fucked up and destroyed, and so he's on another revenge tour. And it's more Sisu. It's fucking, the action is really, really good. It's old man John Wick, except without any animals getting harmed, because there's a dog in this, but the dog is okay.
Okay.
So yeah, more Sisu. Like, it's an hour and a half. It's quick. And I think it's everything you could really want in a sequel to that first one. It's not quite as like the first one had a little more like indie movie-ish feel and like trying to be a little more serious. This one is Rambo 2. It turns it up. But I think it delivers what if you want just a violent crazy thing. I think it delivers. That main guy, Yoma Tamila, he's just as good as he was in the first one. So Sisu, if you like the first one, I don't see why you wouldn't like the second one.
Okay.
Sisu. The next movie on my list is a movie Jess saw last year. She hated it. I think it was on her bottom 5. It has a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it is a horror movie. It is Good Boy. Remember Good Boy, Jess, with the dog?
Oh, fuck that movie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So Good Boy... Well, I think when she reviewed it, she basically just shredded it, say, I don't understand, Brendan, you have to watch and tell me if I'm missing something, and only kind of a little bit. So this movie is about an hour 20 long. It's very short, another reason I picked it. It is all from the point of view of the dog, and the dog is, his owner is like dying of like a lung disease, and so he's dying of a lung disease, so he goes to his grandfather's cabin in the woods, and his grandfather like went crazy there and died. And so weird, creepy ghost stuff starts happening in the cabin, and the owner starts getting like possessed kind of things. The owner is not always nice to the dog, which is tough watch. Don't like that. But that dog is so fucking good. That dog is like the best actor I've seen in so long. He's as good as Michael is. Like that dog actor. Like, when things, like, go bump and, like, he has to go into rooms and, like, look around. Like, he's emoting like a motherfucker. This dog is all... If they had Oscars for animals, he would fucking be up. This dog.
He's a real dog, not a CGI guy?
It's a dog. It's a real dog. Not a CGI dog.
Sounds like they should have put him in for Sydney Sweeney.
The tits aren't big enough. But... The movie is very indie. I've looked up more about it afterwards. It was filmed over 3 years by basically 2 guys. Like, it's very shoestring. You can tell. Like, but what's impressive is that they were able to get this performance out of this dog and still tell a coherent story. I still knew what was going on. I knew the stakes. So, like, it's very thin and very bare bones ghost kind of story, possession story. But that dog is so good. So I can get why you wouldn't like it, Jess. It's artsy fartsy for sure. But man, if you can appreciate it, how you can appreciate like movie making and how hard movies are to make, like this is very impressive from that aspect. And I always consider that when I'm watching these. Am I watching a big blockbuster with 1,000 people behind it? I'm expecting it to be pretty damn perfect. If it's made by like 20 guys in a van over the course of a year with their money they saved up from their part-time jobs, like my expectations are different. And I think on that scale, this is very, very solid and delivers the promise. Good Boy. I liked it.
Okay.
All right. Next up, it was another movie that was on a list last year. It was a top 5 for somebody. I think it might have been someone's number 1. It is Train Dreams with Joel Egerton.
Yay.
Train Dreams.
Yep.
I think it was Mama Kay's movie of the year last year.
Yep.
With a very good William H. Macy longer than a cameo, but shorter than a supporting role. For like 5 minutes, 6 minutes. But Joel Edgerton lives in the woods, and he's a logger, and it's a very slice of life. He has some nice times, some tragedies, and it's just it's a very whimsical but grounded, and just a really good sad movie.
Beautiful.
It is beautiful. It's a beautiful sad movie. I'm kind of coming around to Mama K's side of Felicity Jones she kind of tries to ruin the movie she's in. I used to kind of think she was okay, but I don't know. Every time after The Brutalist and this, and I think of that balloon movie she's in with Eddie Redmayne, I'm just like, I don't think Felicity Jones is actually good, actually. She actually might be terrible. But Joel Edgerton, I've been saying since forever, since before he was a big name, that he's awesome and he's going to get his flowers one day. And I think he got nominated for this one, so deservedly. He's awesome in it. Filmmaking's really good. It's a slow mover, but like I would never call myself bored throughout it. It's very engaging. Only an hour 40, so it's watchable down. If it's not on the plane near you, it's on Netflix. So Train Dreams, out of the 3 I've said so far, is definitely the best movie, and the highest of my recommends. I'd say it's like a 4-star. It's not like it's not going to be like a special place for me. I don't think it would have quite made my top 5 last year. Maybe a strong honorable mention. I think it's probably the best movie I saw out of this group. But Train Dreams, very solid. I liked it.
Yay.
So good on you, Mama K. And I'll finish with my last movie before we... Actually, Nicole and I have one other movie, and then we're going to switch over to TV. I watched on the plane Nuremberg with the aforementioned, one of my least favorite actors, Rami Malek, as the star. Russell Crowe is also in this as Hermann Göring, if you know that name, if you're a history buff. He was the highest-ranking Nazi official after the war. So after all the main guys, Hitler and Himmler and Goebbels and all those guys killed themselves because they knew they were going to lose, this guy did not. He got captured. He did not immediately kill himself anyway, spoiler. And so him and a bunch of other high-ranking Nazis get captured, and the movie is about the Nuremberg trials. Michael Shannon plays one of the Supreme Court justices, Robert Jackson, and he is trying to get some sort of international trial to condemn what these guys did, obviously. It's hard to do because there's no international law per se. This is all very new times. NATO's brand new. Like, UN, I don't think's formed yet. So this is all brand new stuff, and he's trying to be like, how can we get the world to be like, these guys need to pay for their crimes and go to jail forever or be killed or whatever they got to do. So the movie is Rami Malek, who is like a reporter kind of guy who's trying to get the scoop on Göring. Russell Crowe plays Göring, so interesting casting choice. He does a German thing. He speaks German in it sometimes. It's part of the gimmick at certain points. It's part of the story as it unfolds. So, it's fine. Michael Shannon, I already said, is the justice, and then there's other guys in it. But this movie is very good at oscillating between genuinely good and so bad it's good. Because there are some scenes where they're doing like Holocaust stuff, and it's like genuinely moving and like really impactful. And then there's like Marvel-esque writing in scenes. There's like a scene where Michael Shannon goes to the Pope, and he's like, I need the Pope to condemn or to support the Nuremberg trials because like your word will go a long way. Like all of our government's reputations are in the trash, and we need an outside authority to bless this, if you will. And so the Pope's hesitant about doing it, and then he's like, "Oh, weren't the Catholic Church one of the first people to recognize the Nazis as a legitimate party once they came into power?" Basically doing all this shady stuff, and the Pope's like, "All right, fine, I'll do it." And then a guy turns to Michael Shannon as they're leaving, and is like, "Did you just blackmail the Pope?" And I'm like, we dropping quips right now in this Holocaust movie. At one point, there's a ongoing thing. Rami Malek does little magic tricks. He does little like card tricks and shit. Coin behind the ear disappearing, and he teaches one to Göring. Him and Göring become like friends, and then Göring reveals his true colors later, and he obviously we're like, oh yeah, that's right, he's an evil Nazi man. But he's like he's like abracadabra kind of stuff, and I'm like, we can't be doing that in this supposed to be serious drama. It's the kind of movie that would have won Oscars in like 1998 kind of thing, where it's like it's made for a broad audience. It tries to tackle serious things, and when I say I enjoyed this. I enjoyed it in equal parts of, like, if I isolate the parts that are genuinely good, it's pretty good. And if I isolate the parts where I laugh because Russell Crowe and Rami Malek are being terrible, it's its own entertainment. So if you combine those things, it's choppy, but I still kind of enjoyed Nuremberg. But it's incredibly dumb, and I would not use it as a... it's only slightly more accurate than the Michael movie as far as actually telling the correct story. So Nuremberg is probably the weakest of the...
Not a plus.
It's probably the weakest of the 4 movies I saw, but it's still like a soft recommend. So those are my plain movies. And then Nicole, let's tackle our last movie before we switch over to TV. Saw it a bit ago, so I'll try to jog your memory if you haven't forgot, or if you can't remember. We watched the Will Arnett, Laura Dern film directed by Bradley Cooper, Is This Thing On?, where the Laura Dern and Will Arnett are going through a divorce. Will Arnett becomes a stand-up comedian to like cope, and it's like a dramedy. So Nicole, what'd you think of this one?
Yeah, it started really slow and independent feeling, which is not my favorite. But it really picked up, and by the end, I think I cried at the end, actually.
Yeah, they did too.
It was... Will Arnett does really, really good in this movie. Like, he is very believable. And, he's goofy and silly, but that really helped sell his stand-up routine that he's doing in the movie. Laura Dern's hit or miss for me. Sometimes I feel like I can't buy her character, but I liked it by the end. My mom was watching it with us.
She left. She left the house.
She got about 30 minutes in and she left my house. She didn't like it.
Wow.
She kept making little comments about, like, because we were just picking something to watch, and I was enjoying it pretty thoroughly, and Nicole was getting into it, and she just kept saying, "This is," because she doesn't like this style, I guess. She just thought it was stupid or couldn't follow it or something, and then about 25 minutes in, she's like, "All right, well, I think I'm gonna head out." I'm like, "All right, Donna, bye."
Donna throws down the gauntlet. I'm out.
She walked out and missed this thing on.
Right
she was off.
I'm
off.
I
just like I would have done the same thing.
On it, but yeah, if you gotta sit awesome. and pay attention, it's one.
It
of
is
those,
a pay attention movie. Yeah. I like this one. I think I would give this a nice solid 4 stars. Will Arnett's really good. Wish he would have got up for some more awards for it. I think he kind of got looked over this past year. I think he was hopeful. I really like Bradley Cooper as a director. Like, I think this movie is even better.
He was horrific in this movie.
So Bradley Cooper also puts himself in the movie as like a really annoying character because, like, when you're a director, you get to do that kind of shit. And he's definitely letting himself go here. Like, he plays this character named Balls.
He plays the nonchalant hippie trying to land his next gig, but he sucks. So his wife is trying to stay hopeful with him, and his kid with a goofy name, that kind of guy.
It's a really over the top character who I just don't think he could help himself plugging himself into something like that. As the direction of the movie, like when we're just doing like the Will Arnett stand-up scenes, or when it's just him and Laura Dern, like, and I say the same thing about Star is Born, one of my favorite movies of the 21st century. I think he's just a really good director. I haven't seen Maestro, but I feel like I need to now because I love the way he shoots. I love the way he cuts things together. His musical choices. It's absolutely for me. I think he's just really good. I think this movie, without his direction, would be pretty lost in the middle of the pack. Honestly, I think the filmmaking in this elevates the filmmaking and Will Arnett's central performance elevate this to more than like a throwaway streaming movie.
What's it called again?
Is this thing on? Streaming on, I think, Disney Plus and Hulu.
Okay.
Peyton Manning has a role in it. He's not even playing himself. He actually is a character.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, you never forget it's Peyton Manning. It's just Peyton Manning. But
I was going to say, he's like a mailman, or...
He's still playing a sport. He's like a sports guy, but he's not he's not Peyton Manning, the quarterback. He's like he's just Peyton Manning without the name or something. Yeah, his name's Laird.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's plain to type for sure. But is this thing on? Yeah, it's a pretty solid recommend. I didn't really see any bad movies this time, other than Michael, and I even didn't hate that fully. So it's a pretty good batch of movies this time around.
Nice. But
that's enough of me talking. It's time to switch back over to the ladies for some TV. Got a lot of shows on here. I see if Jess, did you watch the second season of Hijack? Because we kind of left on a cliffhanger last time. Mama Kay was teasing that one. So did you see the second season of Hijack?
No, I'm saving that for my next plane trip because that just seemed like a TV show I'd like on the plane.
Okay. We can keep kicking
take
Hijack down the road. That's fine with me. Then why don't we do what's another one you guys both saw? The Imperfect Women. Did you guys both see that one?
No.
I think only me. I'm not completely done with it. I maybe have 2 episodes left. It's the Kerry Washington. Who's the Handmaid's Tale? What's her name? The main.
Oh, Elizabeth Moss. Elizabeth Moss.
Yeah.
Moss.
And then the other girl in it, the one who died really early in House of Cards, like the
Kate Mara.
Teenager. Yeah,
Kate Mara.
Her face looks exactly the same. Those 3 women are in it.
No matter what.
It started out kind of bad, like almost to the point where like I'm in my 2nd episode. Should I keep watching it? And then it just got better. I wouldn't say it marginally got better. It's just more the plot had like the twists and turns that always lure you in. So I think it's going to probably be an okay, watchable TV show. I wouldn't say it's the best thing, but I think for any women who like true crime and like those kinds of TV shows, like it's probably up your alley. So I would say Mama Kay, you'd probably like it. I wouldn't say you'd think it's the best thing, but I think you'd like it.
I see
It's on
our
Apple
boy
TV.
Corey Stoll is in it, the Cheese Man, Nicole.
Oh, boy.
We saw him on Broadway. Well, off Broadway. Whatever. Imperfect Women, then. An imperfect show, perhaps, but maybe worth the time if you like murder things. Maybe this is the one you guys both saw. Paradise? Is that the one you guys both saw? Paradise season 2?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Go ahead, ladies.
Yep.
Take it away.
I loved Paradise season 1. I remember Karen got me into it, and like one of the episodes, she was like, "This might have been the best episode that's ever been on TV ever." So I was really into season 1. I was so excited for season 2. I made the mistake of not watching the recap of season 1 because I was so confused in season 2 about what happened.
Oh no!
Where are they? What's going on? Who are these characters? Shailene Woodley is in season 2, which threw me like over the cliff, and I'm like, what? What is she doing here? It definitely had more of a This Is Us vibe. Like I felt like I was watching This Is Us in season 2. I didn't feel like I was watching that in season 1. And then I hated how it ended. It ended like being this open question with AI and like extremely, I don't even understand it. And I forgot enough now. If you even explained it to me, I couldn't piece it together. So I'm really upset with how it ended. I kind of liked watching it, but I don't think it's nearly as good as season 1 was.
I think they left it open-ended because they're teasing season 3. So
yeah,
that's probably part of it. And it is about it also all of a sudden it becomes about a big AI entity.
Yeah,
and that's not really
what
what
it
it
was
was
about
kind before.
Yeah, it was always kind of sci-fi, but then it just got like way off the rails. Like I don't get how Dylan is her son. I don't understand that. I don't get it.
This is created by Dan Fogelman, who is the creator of This Is Us, so that makes sense that it felt like that.
It didn't feel that This Is Us in season 1, but but then season 2, like the music came back. I'm like, oh, this is what they played in This Is Us.
I didn't get any This Is Us vibes from this at all, except for the actor.
Really? I definitely, between Shailene Woodley and the main guy, I got major This Is Us vibes. Oh, and especially that episode with the mailman. The mailman episode was extremely This Is Us vibes.
Okay. I mean, I stopped watching This Is Us after a couple seasons. It just got really repetitive and boring. And I watch this because someone else in my house watches this. This is not... I find this show to be so weird. I really don't know what's going on half the time because I don't know what time frame we're in. There's so many flashbacks and flash sideways, and I just can't keep track of where we are. Half the time we spend watching the show is, wait, is this now? Or is this from before? Is this now? Is this from before? This is what we do. And I can't find myself enjoying it because of that.
I gotta
Brendan
read the
might
synopsis of the episode guide, the last episode. This is what the episode description is. Worlds collide. Time is of the essence for Xavier. Link and his team spring into action. Sinatra puts it all on the line. I literally don't know what any of that is. Like, I can't... What is... I don't know what any of that means.
That and the way you read it is exactly how it happens. It happened... Everything happens in a bit of a vacuum. Like... And that's what makes it hard. It's
so
really
many
not
people
supposed to
died.
be.
How are they going to do season 3? Right?
Well, the
Didn't, like, a lot
AI
of
is
people
still
die?
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, speaking of TV, I think Mama Kay is the only one who watches anything in the Taylor Sheridan verse of the Paramount Plus world. That is, of course, Yellowstone and any other boomer TV where an old dude is fighting the government and people who he doesn't like, and he's being a landman or whatever the fuck's going on that network. Mama Kay, tell us about the Madison.
Well, now we have a woman doing it, so totally different.
That doesn't
right?
sound better. Sounds just as bad.
No, I mean this is also a show that's stuck in a flashback and happening now time frame. So it's Kurt Russell and Michelle Pfeiffer. They live in New York City, and a big disaster happens, and Kurt Russell's character and his brother die in a plane crash in Montana. They've been going to Montana together for their whole lives, and so now what is Michelle Pfeiffer going to do? So that's basically what the show is all about. She has these two girls that are insufferable children, and I don't think Taylor Sheridan really likes women. He likes certain type. He likes the way women look. I don't think he really likes women at all. And the way he writes them is just, it makes me, and another thing that I watch with people.
He's one of the most disappointing people when it comes to like his chosen career path, because like he made Wind River. We love Wind River. That's like that's such a good movie. And he just gets sucked into like, hey, you want to make make 5 boomer TV shows? Like, and he's just like, yeah, I'll just keep cranking them out, I guess. I'm just like, all right, it's just such a disappointment.
Well, and I liked Yellowstone. I think Yellowstone had a lot more. There was more possibilities with it, and then it just sort of ran its course. Like something that's on for too long does. But he just keeps animating these same characters, and we've got these women coming from New York now. They decided that they're going to be living on the ranch, which isn't a ranch. It's like this house that doesn't even have running water, and it's so unrealistic, and all of his characters are just so unrealistic. And of course they're now being supported by the hardworking regular people of Montana, and it's like, oh god, I just eat the rich.
All right then.
Yeah.
So we'll leave the Taylor Sheridan verse alone for now. And Nicole,
thank you.
Her and I finished one of her favorite TV shows. It just wrapped season 2, and that is The Pitt. We've talked about it a little bit before, but we have now passed the finale. So Nicole, how did it go? Were you satisfied with The Pitt?
Not really.
That's what I keep hearing.
It was still amazing.
I thought you were gonna rave about it.
The first season's finale was so much better than this one. There's so many loose ends, and I know everybody says, well, of course, there will be loose ends. It's a hospital. You don't see most of the patients, but I'm not worried about that per se. There was just so much more to the show that they introduced. They had ICE come in and nab one of the nurses, and we've got this huge over looming plot point that the main character might kill himself on his sabbatical, and you can't leave people with that for however long until this show comes back for season 3. That's insane. I wish there was just something
They have
else
to.
at the end. I know. That I hate that.
What could they have done other than killed him, though? As long as he's alive, you're going to always be thinking, well, maybe. Like, because we don't end
Yeah, they can't kill him.
We don't end with him. We end with him. It's pretty ambiguous.
I don't expect them to kill him in the show. I expect us to have a little bit more of the breadcrumb of watching him leave on the bike, or see him drive away and then hear sirens, something. I don't know, where you could leave us just to speculate. This was just, he was still at the hospital at the end of this episode. Like, okay, now we don't know what next. I don't know what next season is. I think how they set it up is it's going to be the night shift instead of the day shift, which will introduce a bunch of new main characters. We've seen them before as side characters, but now they're the main ones. So maybe he comes back in an episode as a patient. Who knows? But anyway, that show, all that to say, the show is still amazing. It's so perfectly written. It is so fast paced, and seems to me, I've never worked in a hospital, seems to me true to life. So I really appreciate that about it. But I just think it's one of the best medical shows that they've ever made. I'm excited.
I think they really did go with the side characters this year, giving them good plots, and I'm actually I was more sucked into this season with the side characters, because I kind of passively watched the first one with you, and this time around I was actually looking forward to watching this. I don't really watch a lot of TVs, but
I feel like, I guess it was their choice to not just overload us with things. Like, there was a lot going on, but I feel like a lot of the later season was wasted, and it's just a lot of talky parts, and we take so much time with they had a blackout, a technical blackout, and then the second half of the season is them fixing that up and shredding the handwritten documents and doing their charting and all this little stuff, where what they're talking about at the time is really not that important. I wish it was a little more heavy in that, but I mean, that's really my only critique. So
I'd watch another season. I thought it was decent. I was mostly satisfied with the ending. I didn't know I didn't know what they were gonna do all the way through to the final episode, because they left a lot of, and there are some open threads. But I'm curious to see they didn't wrap up Alishimi's story, where she has her own medical thing going on. I liked Mel's story throughout this season, and I thought there was a lot of interesting side character stories this time around, and introducing some more of the night people. I think that they're maybe gonna do a night shift version at some point. Maybe that'll be the next season. I don't know, but the structure of the show is so good.
Night shift.
No, these have both been day shifts, but the season, it was 8 months later in season 2.
Oh, so it wasn't actually, you weren't
It
continuing.
wasn't the next night or anything. No, there was a break.
Okay. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, they had a character that went to rehab for 8 months and returned, so they needed that time for that.
Ah. Gotcha.
His story, I thought his story was built up well too. You have to be is he really reformed? And then he has to have the relationships with all the other people who he wronged in some way at the hospital, and then he has a heroic moment later on. So I thought they build this stuff correctly. I thought I was more appreciative of this season, I thought. But yeah.
Yeah.
I could see
it's written so perfectly.
Well, that's the Pitt. We'll return to that maybe in the future if they come back. And I think we only have one more show to talk about before we close out here. It's our only reality show of this time around, but man, is it a good one. It is Survivor Season 50. A show that I watched growing up, fell off a little bit in my later teens, 20 years, and I had to come back for 50. I mean, they got all the stars coming back. A lot of my favorites were back. And last we left, we were probably about halfway in. I think they had just merged. And I gotta say, the last 3 episodes have just been bangers. It's been so good. I freaking love this season. It's hands of the fans, so they had a bunch of voting beforehand for like, how crazy do you want this season to be? How many twists? How many blah, blah, blah. And basically the fans just voted to turn it up to 11 everywhere. With, the only real complaint being so far that I've seen is all the celebrity insertions, which, that just seems to be the way of the world this day. And one of the celebrity insertions this time around, who is a guy I didn't think was going to add much to the show, ended up adding one of the best things in the show I've seen in a long time. Fucking Mr. Beast with that fake-ass plastic smile. I thought his episode was really good. So I'll let you guys talk about it, Nicole and okay, but I've been enjoying Survivor like I haven't in 20 years.
I don't know who Mr. Beast is. So, I mean, I've heard people say the name Mr. Beast, but I have no idea. And I think he has like candy bars or something, right? I see him in the supermarket.
He's a big YouTuber guy. His big thing is he like gives money away. He puts people in situations where he kind of Nicole calls he bribes them. Like he has a TV show where it's the Beast Games, and it's a bunch of really basic stuff. But its premise is like, we are doing the most people, the biggest challenges, the most money given away. We'll pay you money to quit. Right. Like his thing is all about like big, obnoxious, as big as you can stuff, and give big money, give money, take money. Like that's his shtick, and he's very popular with the young generation because they like big, loud things and money. So that makes sense, I guess.
Right. Well, so he comes to Survivor saying that he's going to double the prize money on Survivor from $1 million to $2 million. So that sounds great, right?
If.
And he, if he's got a coin that you flip, and if you flip the coin, you get, the prize goes up to 2 million. If it lands on heads, Mr. Beast's face or whatever it is. And then if it lands on tails, it's the torch and you get snuffed out. And somebody has to volunteer to do this. And of course, the people who are going to be on the bottom are going to be the ones that are most, that have the most to lose. So they're going to volunteer. And who's on the bottoms, but one of my favorites, I think he's one of Brennan's favorites. I don't know about Nicole.
Oh, yeah.
But Rick Devens, who's been on before, and he's just so fun to watch because he's funny and he's, I don't know, irreverent.
He just makes stuff happen,
I like him.
He just makes it happen. Like,
yeah,
the last 3 episodes have been Devin's top. I didn't think he could top his fake idol behind the brick in Tribal Council, but he just keeps topping himself. I'm like, this guy, like, he wasn't even my favorite going in because I don't think I saw his original season. Like, I liked Christian. I've always liked Christian. Obviously, I'm a coach apologist. But like Devins is just, man, he's been I've grown to like Aubrey too. I kind of like Aubrey. I think she's playing an interesting
I love
game.
Aubrey. I've always loved Aubrey. She's got game. She's smart from the background. She's not a hanger-oner. So
you got any thoughts on these episodes, Nicole?
They've definitely gotten more exciting. So
I know there was a couple that were pretty like snooze fest.
Yeah, I was worried about the fan things that it's just all celebrities, I guess. Who else could you get to keep rolling the show? But I'm confused about some of the advantages and stuff they're throwing out this time. The 6-sided all or nothing dice and all. I don't know where any of that came from, but what they're doing with Mr. Beast was really fun. I like that a lot. But that's not the only reality show we've been watching.
Oh, you're right. We do have one more extra reality show we can bring. First, Jess, any interest in Survivor? We selling it? Or are you just not your shit?
She's like, no.
No, I've actually never
Actually,
watched Survivor before.
Joining now wouldn't make any sense because you have to know all the personalities. But yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Oh, you
Nicole's
mean in
right.
the season?
We've been watching one other reality show. So mostly Nicole. I've been watching too, but
Ladies of London.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
But this is another absolute classic, and I haven't watched it in years. But I saw it on after Survivor ended the other day. I'm like, I'm putting this on, and that is Amazing Race. And we just watched the most recent 2 seasons. The most recent
I remember
season
you used to watch that.
Oh yeah, that is like such a comfort show.
It's
It's
so
easy
I watched
to
that before
watch.
Survivor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We only watched Amazing
Yeah.
Race growing up. I didn't watch that Survivor, but it's so bingeable. It's so easy to watch. It's awesome to see where they're going and see all the cultural things and places that I have always wanted to go. I'm like, that just looks so amazing. I wish I could go do that. But the most recent season was Big Brother contestants and their partner. That was okay. I didn't mind that. I didn't know any of those people. Maybe 1 or 2 I've seen before, but that one was European only, so a little limited. Sometimes we like to see the bigger and see more globally. But I watched the season before that. That one was global. And there is one particular pairing of individuals that are so foul that I struggled so hard to watch this season.
You almost turned it off multiple
showed,
times.
I did, and I didn't want to. I wanted to see who won because I liked one of the other groups, but this man was so disgusting to his wife, and I every time he came on screen, I just shuddered. And Brendan started to get really angry at him too, and we were just feeding off each other's anger of this guy, and we were like, "Oh, he is."
We had to start making
most vile
jokes about
human.
it because he
was
was
awful.
just so bad. And yeah,
That has happened
Yeah.
so many seasons in
Yes.
that show. Like, I remember earlier
I went down the
seasons-
rabbit hole.
Yeah,
I went
Christy
down the rabbit hole on
and
that.
Colin.
Yep.
Yep. The worst. Colin was
Yep.
terrible.
Jonathan and I don't
Yes.
remember her name right now. You know who I'm
Yes,
talking
but
about.
I see Jonathan in my head right now. Yep.
Yes.
You get some
So I
people
went down
that are
that rabbit
just-
hole to look up the worst groups because these guys topped it. But well, he didn't push his wife like the other Jonathan did. This guy's name's also Jonathan. But anyway, fun fact: that couple sued Bruckheimer and CBS and the whole production company for
and Phil himself.
putting them in a bad light and
What?
damages from how they edited them into the show. But this guy was an absolute asshole, like one of the worst people I've ever seen on TV in my life. So
he's
not sure if I've
probably
seen
the
that
worst,
season.
like my least favorite reality person I've seen on any show ever. Like I really think he might be. He is like every damn sentence is just he's just being awful constantly.
We were getting
There's no
so
way they could
bad.
have edited. It's impossible. He's truly the worst guy I've ever seen. And traitors, all those fake ass people, and any of the survivors with all kinds of psychos. Like this guy, oh my god,
Yeah.
is the worst. The worst.
if you
I
want to
don't
make
know.
yourself mad, I would say go watch season 37. But
Yeah, they last a long time.
yeah, but
Yeah,
I want to go watch some more. I looked up what the top seasons were. I don't remember when I stopped watching. I mean, that was so long ago. And this show's been on for 25 years. But some people have recommended some seasons, so I might go take a look back because once you get in, you're hooked. It's just one of those shows. You just got to keep watching.
I just rewatched the whole season of Survivor Caramoan with Philip and
who are
Malcolm.
the main characters on that one?
Philip, Malcolm, Don. It was the second fans versus favorite. Cochran is in it.
Oh yeah.
Brandon Hance. Oh my God, this is where he loses his mind.
God,
it's
Brandon
such
Hance.
a good season. Brandon Hance comes back and he is like, I'm just chill and everything's fine. Then all of a sudden he's like, I'm gonna burn this place to the ground. I was like,
dude,
oh my
there's
God.
there's no sane Hance. There just isn't. They are fucking
There isn't.
out of there.
It was he went from normal to crazy in 2.5 seconds. It was wild. Anyway, I had forgotten who won, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute. When they got down to like finals 5 or 6, I was like, oh yeah, I remember.
I forgot Philip was on another season because Nicole and I always
Oh my God.
do. I've brought her into why does Rob get all the crispy?
Why does Rob get all the crispy? Yeah, this one he had his secret alliance of what were they called? Stealth R Us. He gave everybody a
my
stupid
God,
name
I
like
forgot
he
about
did
Stealth R Us.
first time. He's the specialist, Philip.
He's the federal agent.
Oh my God. And then I even watched Ponderosa. I just finished watching Ponderosa for the season and I was just like, oh my God, these people are, and Dawn and Brenda, like they didn't talk. Like they were anger balls after Brenda was an anger ball.
I don't remember what happened with them. I'm sure it was a betrayal, but I don't remember those specifics.
Well, Brenda tried to win by being fake nice, like, to everybody. And then, and then she got voted out and she got mad because she got voted out. And it's like, literally, that's what the game is.
Did they ever bring Danger
out.
Dave Ball back for another season?
Oh God, no, I love him.
Got clotheslined by the clothesline.
He got clotheslined by the clothesline. So good.
Survivor.
Go back.
Well,
Go back. Oh wow. Now you're watching the others, so.
I want to see either a season of Survivor where Phil has to be on, or a season of Amazing Race where Phil and Jeff have to go together.
That'd be cool.
Apparently, they're buddy in real life, so that's cool. I guess they're.
Are you talking about Phil or not Philip? Right, Phil.
No, Phil and Jeff, the two hosts of Amazing Race and Survivor, not Jeff and Philip. Although that would be pretty good, but no.
I would pay to see Jeff and Philip. Oh my God.
Oh, you should do Amazing Race
Phillip.
and randomly pair survivors together. That would be good.
Oh God, yes.
Boston Rob and
So
Phillip take Madrid.
Oh my God, yes. Oh, all right.
That'd be good stuff.
I got to catch up on my Amazing Race.
Well, I think we'll have to talk more about that next time. I believe that's all the movies and shows we've watched this time around. We'll be back in a couple weeks, month, or whatever it is, once we have a new batch of things to talk about. Maybe some more theater stuff. I know this was a pretty light theater this time around, but a lot of 2025 movies worth talking about and some interesting TV to talk about. So thank you guys for being on. If you have anything to recommend to us, we may I take recommendations. I'm listening. Films with the Women in My Life on Facebook. Reach out to me on Instagram. I'm Brennan_podhost. You can email the show, filmswiththewomen@gmail.com. And you can find us on YouTube. Just search Films with the Women in My Life and click all of those buttons. All right, guys. Thank you for being on this catch-up in May.
All right.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Thanks. Bye.
Until next time, this is Brennan signing off, saying thanks for listening and enjoy your movies.
Thanks for listening to Films with the Women in My Life. If you enjoyed being a listener in our life, please rate and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or on your favorite podcast app. Keep up with the latest from the show on Instagram at Brennan_podhost, on Facebook at Films with the Women in My Life, and on Twitter at FilmsWomenPod. Finally, you can email the show with questions and suggestions at filmswiththewomen@gmail.com. Original music for the show was created by Ian Burke and Chris Iwanek. Original artwork created by Nicole D'Alessio. This show is produced by Brennan Snyder. Thank you again for listening and enjoy your movies.